Hello, my name is Jeffrey Alfaro, and today I'll be giving you a glimpse into my research comparing subphonemic errors of primary progressive aphasia subtypes. This work was also done with Christine Dua, a fellow undergraduate in the LCNS, and this was under the mentorship of Dr. Biro and Dr. Hamilton, so a huge thanks to them for their support. Primary progressive aphasia is this neurological syndrome in which the language functions of individuals progressively degenerate. And when we think about how important and critical language is to our social lives as humans, it can be quite devastating when this is ripped away for certain individuals, and this can inhibit them from living their normal lives. Currently, there's no known treatment, so it's important that we maximize these treatment plans and really look at the individual and their individual error patterns to be able to provide the best treatment. So the three variants that we look at are semantic variant PPA, non-fluent / agrammatic PPA, and the logopenic variant of PPA, which is actually a relatively newer variant. SVPPA is accompanied by word and object identification deficits from a compromised long-term memory, whereas NAPPA is characterized with a more slow, difficult, and non-fluent speech. LVPPA, however, is like I said, a newer classification, and it's commonly known that this is a phonological loop dysfunction, which can lead to impaired repetition. These patients can actually have symptoms that overlap with both SVPPA and NAPPA. So that's why it's historically been difficult to differentiate this PPA from other PPA subtypes. Hopefully, when we delineate these phonological error patterns, it can help assist with its diagnosis and characterization. And like I said before, it can always help to make treatment plans better. So throughout our study, we administer the Western Aphasia Battery object naming task to patients with different PPA subtypes. And in this task, we present an object such as a ball and have the participant say what the object is. And hopefully they produce the target production. But if they do not, we provide a semantic, tactile, or phonemic cue, and hopefully they then reach the target production. We then look at this place, voice, manner analysis, which allows us to look at the different articulatory features of their errors. So this can be broken down into the place, which is where it's produced in the vocal tract, the manner, how the airflow is obstructed, and voicing whether the vocal cords are vibrating or not. From our predictions, we saw that we believe that SVP patients will have the greatest number of errors because they have the most difficulty with object naming, whereas any PPA patients will probably have the least amount of errors because they have this more slow, kind of difficult speech. And LVPPA patients should still have a significant amount of phonological errors. And as we see, there was two actually different types of error patterns. For LVPPA, it was actually a place followed by manner and then voicing pattern, whereas for SVPPA and NAPPA, it was manner followed by place and then voicing. The SVPPA patient did produce the greatest number of phonological errors, where the LVPPA patient produced the second greatest amount, and finally the NAPPA patient. This work is very important because it helps to identify specific patterns that can be correlated to atrophied brain regions. And in future work, we're going to look at how this can be used to improve treatment options and outcomes. And we're also going to look at the neural and network related underpinnings of these phonological errors. So I want to again give a huge thanks to Dr. Biro and Dr. Hamilton and everyone at the LCNS for their thanks. And I encourage you to look at my poster and ask questions. Our information is noted at the top. So thank you for your time and for trying to learn more about my research.